Hi everyone, I am here with a Bible reading. I hope you guys are having a good day. Hi Layla, I hope you're watching. Hi Aunt Dora, I hope you're watching and I hope you start to feel better. Please go to the doctor. Please go to the doctor. And I hope if you got that cream, it helps you. But I bet if you went to the doctor, they'd give you a shot and it would help you a lot. I don't know where they'd give it, but I'd take it anywhere. I got heartburn so bad, I'm sorry. Your mom would need a bill.
I don't have any.
I know, go get mine in there. Okay, so today we're going to be reading Mark 9, verse 30, through chapter 10, verse 12, Psalm 44, verses 1 through 8, and Proverbs chapter 10, verse 19. What? So in Mark today, we'll be talking about Jesus predicts his death a second time. Whoever is not against us is for us, causing to stumble and divorce. Whoever is not against us is for us. That is because the disciples tell Jesus they seen somebody that wasn't one of them trying to do good things, but they weren't one of them, so they didn't think it was right. But Jesus is like, don't do that. If somebody is for us, they're not against us. Leave them be. Yes. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to take his heartburn pill real fast. So let's get started here with Mark. They left that place and passed through Galilee. Jesus did not want anyone to know where they were, because he was teaching his disciples. He said to them, "The Son of Man is going to be delivered into the hands of men." He tried to tell them about his death that was imminent and coming soon. A lot, but they really didn't understand what he was trying to say. They will kill him, and after 3 days he will rise. But they did not understand what he meant and were afraid to ask him about it. They came to Capernaum. When he was in the house, he asked them, "What were you arguing about on the road?" But they kept quiet, because on the way they had argued about who was the greatest. Jesus knew what they were arguing about. That's why he asked them. And what a sad thing to argue about. Who's the greatest, right? Sitting down, Jesus called the 12 and said, "Anyone who wants to be first must be the very last and the servant of all." He took a little child whom he placed among them. Taking the child in his arms, he said to them, "Whoever welcomes one of these little children in my name welcomes me, and whoever welcomes me does not welcome me, but the one who sent me." Jesus loves the little children. Anyone who hurts the little children, they will be punished. Teacher said, "John, we saw someone," let me start. "Teacher," said John, "we saw someone driving out demons in your name, and we told him to stop, because he was not one of us." "Don't stop him," Jesus said, "for no one who does a miracle in my name can in the next moment say anything bad about me. For whoever is not against us is for us. Truly, I tell you, anyone who gives you a cup of water in my name, because you belong to the Messiah, will certainly not lose their reward." Anybody can. Anyone who believes in Jesus. You don't have to be one of the apostles. You can go out there because you believe in Jesus, because you're saved. That's right. Jesus is telling you right now. Let me read it to you again. Truly I tell you, anyone who gives a cup of water in my name, or some whatever, tells somebody, about Jesus or whatever, or helps somebody with something, because you belong to the Messiah, will certainly not lose their reward. You're saved through Jesus, you're just as special. You're a brother or a sister to Jesus, just like the disciples, the apostles were, and you are a child of God, just like Jesus is, just like the disciples are, just like Mary is, and Joseph, and John the Baptist, all of them. If anyone causes one of these little ones, children, if anyone causes one of these little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them if a large millstone were hung around their neck and they were thrown into the sea. If your hand causes you to stumble, cut it off. It is better for you to enter life maimed than with 2 hands to go into hell, where the fire never goes out. And if your foot causes you to stumble, cut it off. It is better for you to enter life crippled than to have 2 feet and to be thrown into hell. And if your eye causes you to stumble, pluck it out. It is better for you to enter the kingdom of God with 1 eye than to have 2 eyes and be thrown into hell, where the worms that eat them do not die. Oh, God. That's sick. Can you read that part? Oh. And the fire is not quenched. That's why you always hear, if you say something to somebody and they get mad and say something back, like Layla. I don't know if you hear this in Finland or not, but like if I said something to Sherman, he got mad at me and he'd say, well, people in hell want ice water too. Yeah, they want it, and they can't get it. That's what I was saying. So, because if I told him something I wanted, and they're like, well, you're not going to get it. People in hell want ice water too, and they don't get it. You see what I'm saying? People in hell want ice water too. That's why Jesus says, and the fire is not quenched. It's never quenched. Everyone will be salted with fire. Salt is good, but if it loses its saltiness, how can you make it salty again? Have salt among yourselves and be at peace with each other. Now we're going to end Mark with divorce. Jesus then left that place and went into the region of Judea and across the Jordan. Again, crowds of people came to him, and as was his custom, he taught them. Jesus always had compassion on the people. They flocked to him, and he always taught them. Some Pharisees, who were always lurking around, the teachers of the law, came and tested him. He knew what they were going to say before they even said it, and they never stumped Jesus, as we know. Some Pharisees came and tested him by asking, is it lawful for a man to divorce his wife? Because they know what Moses said, Back in the Old Testament. What did Moses command you, he replied. They said, Moses permitted a man to write a certificate of divorce and send her away. It was because your hearts were hard that Moses wrote you this law, Jesus replied. But at the beginning of creation, God made them male and female. For this reason, a man will leave his father and mother and be united with his wife, and the 2 will become one flesh. So they are no longer 2, but one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined together, let no one separate. When they were in the house again, the disciples asked Jesus about this. He answered, anyone who divorces his wife and marries another woman commits adultery against her. And if she divorces her husband and marries another man, she commits adultery. And there's so many out there like that. And that's where we're going to stop with Mark today. Both of our parents have been remarried. I don't know about that. But they believe in God, and Mom's saved, and I hope to God Dad's saved. I don't believes in God, so I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. God always forgives, so. And they're God-fearing. So I think that matters. You have God in your heart, you're sorry and you try to live right. And God knows everyone's heart. He knows everyone's heart, thoughts, and soul. Only He can judge and decide. That's all I can say. Okay, so let's start Psalm 44 with verses 1 through 8 today for the director of music of the sons of Korah in Maskell. We have heard it with our ears, O God. Our ancestors have told us what you did in their days, in the days long ago. With your hand you drove out the nations and planted our ancestors. You crushed the peoples and made our ancestors flourish. It was not by their sword that they won the land, nor did their arm bring them victory. It was your right hand, your right arm, and the light of your face, for you loved them. You are my King and my God, who decrees victories for Jacob. I know what you're thinking. I'll talk to you in a minute. Through you we push back our enemies. Through your name we trample our foes. I put no trust in my bow. My sword does not bring me victory. But you give us victory over our enemies. You put our adversaries to shame. In God we make our boast all day long, and we will praise your name forever. And that is the start of Psalm 44, verses 1 through 8, sons of Korah, a Maskell. And we're ending today with Proverbs chapter 10, verse 19. Sin is not ended by multiplying words, but the prudent hold their tongues. Better to be quiet than to talk about things you shouldn't and get in trouble. It could start a lot of trouble. Okay, sure. I know you're thinking, wondering, your mom's remarried and you're wondering if she's in heaven. That's what you're thinking, aren't you? She's in heaven. She believed in God. She believed in God. She's up there in heaven with her dad and her mom and her sister, her best friend. She's there. She's there. I've seen her angel, I've seen her spirit. She's here. And remember when you had your surgery for your shoulder? She's here. She's in heaven. She is. We have a loving God, a forgiving God, and there's so many people that are divorced and remarried. I think something has to be. God has a very forgiving heart. He is compassionate, forgiving, loving God. God don't want you to get divorced, but He knows that some people, have to, because some people are in really bad relationships where they get beat on, or their kids are in trouble, you know. They're in danger. You know, it's a really bad situation for them. They have to get out. You don't want them to stay in that, you know. So, God, she's in heaven. You don't got to fear about that. She's in heaven. And you can even pray and, you know, to God about it. He'll fill your heart and let you know that she's there. She's there. Okay? Okay, guys. Let me go ahead and go to the prayer request. I need to go over these and update it. Wait till I tell you something here. I got an update today, I'm sure. Oh. Okay. Please keep my mom, Rhonda Karshner, in your prayers. I'm going to be calling her after I do this video, before I do the Bible study. But she'll be going to bed. She said not to call after 8. But she goes to bed usually at 9, 8 or 9. Because she had to go have radiation again. She has to have radiation every single day except for the weekends until March 23rd is her last day. And she had to go today at 4 p.m. It's 6:13 now. I'm not sure how long it takes. I'm going to have to ask her again. They give her a different time each day. She had to go by herself, and I know she said she didn't want to drive by herself in the dark, but she couldn't find nobody to go with her. She don't want me around her because I'm always sick right now. She's afraid she'll, you know, where her immune system's down and stuff. She don't want a chance of getting sick right now. Let's see. Or, you know, we would be going. Jimmy was off work today, so I'm really hoping that he went with her. We'll find out. But anyway, please keep Mom in your prayers. She's been really, really tired. Please pray for her. She still comes home and cooks and cleans and tries to do everything herself, wearing herself out. I called her today to try to catch her before she left, because she had to take my niece to work before she went to pay the water bill and then go on for radiation. And she was on the couch asleep. So I'm like, I'll try to call you later. I'll get off here so you can get some rest. Then she's like, oh, I gotta get up and get ready to take, you know, my niece to work. Anyways, so I don't know, she's trying to figure out how she was going to pick her up, and I think her stepdad was going to. I'm not sure. But please keep Mom in your prayers. She's been very tired. She's still swollen and sore, you know, in her chest area, and bruised really bad. It's really painful. Please pray for Sherm. He's been having a lot of pain in his temples. And he's a lot of stomach issues as well. Please pray for Cindy and Jim Welsh. They have a lot of trouble going on with their car right now. It's going to cost a lot of money, so please pray for them for that. And please pray for Sherm for that as well, because there's some stuff going on with our vehicle now that's probably going to cost a lot of money. I think it's the transmission, and they said it's either the battery or the alternator as well. And we got to try to find somebody that will look at it and see what's wrong with it and how much it'll be to fix everything. And you know, we don't hardly got no money. So it'll probably take a good while for us to fix it up. We got to find somebody to check it out first. So please pray for Sherm for that too. The vehicle hasn't been going into gear. It won't move. It's done that like 2 or 3 times tonight already. He's supposed to meet Mom tomorrow to pay her back money and to take her some stuff I'm giving her. And I'm afraid he's going to get stuck in town, you know, because the vehicle doing that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going or not, because I'm not supposed to be around Mom, but I could stay in the car, but I'm not sure. I might just have to stay home. Okay. And please pray for Layla and her son Emil. Please pray for Abby Myers, it's my niece. Please pray for Jimmy Myers, my nephew. Please pray for Danette Rager. Please pray for my Aunt Dora Carper. She's in a lot of pain. She's sick. We think she's got shingles. She's in a lot of pain, guys. It's under her arms and I don't know where all else, but she's not well right now. Not well at all. Please pray that she goes to the doctor. Please pray to God for her that she gets well. She's in a lot of pain. So please pray really hard for Dora Carper and Rhonda Karshner. They're both having really severe health issues right now. And please pray for Elizabeth Jeffries. Update. I've been looking for Elizabeth Jeffries MIA, right? Where they said she was in the nursing home. And I've been trying to find which one she's in. Well, Sherm run into her aide today. And her aide told Sherm she's been home. She's been back home for a month. She's been back here in the apartment where we live for 1 month. And we didn't even know it. Can you believe that? Because she ain't been, ain't run into it. I don't even know if she's able to get around. So I'm going to get a hold of her tonight. And see. Okay. Please pray for Lonnie Doles, Wendy and Jason White, Dean Deddy, our cousin. He has leukemia. Please pray for Bridget Boggs and her family. Luann Doles. And please pray for the family of Betty Graham, where Betty Graham passed away. And please pray for the Burt family. Their daughter, Amanda, passed away. She was our cousin. She was only 30 years old. COVID. And Betty Graham passed away from cancer. She lived here, a couple of doors down from us. And the GoFundMe for Jason and Wendy White is their house burnt to the ground. We know them well. Wendy's was my best friend's sister. It's GoFundMe.com. Jason and Wendy White lost home to house fire under accidents and emergencies. The person who put it up is Lacey Bishop. So that's theirs. It's got a picture of Wendy and Jason on it. Wendy has dark hair and glasses. And if you've seen the two people on the mother and the infant, baby girl, Danielle and Kennedy, on TV, where the boyfriend murdered the mother and took the little baby that was only 2 days old and said when they found him that he threw the baby in the Mississippi River. But they've been, dragging the river or whatever, and they still ain't found the baby. I don't think he threw it in there. Who knows? But they have a GoFundMe. That poor mother of Danielle, she lost both her daughter and her granddaughter. I feel horrible for that woman. I'd just like to wrap her up in my arms. Can't even imagine, can you? Anyway, their GoFundMe is called Danielle and Kennedy Memorial Fund. And that's at GoFundMe.com. Okay, guys. So that is everything for our Bible reading. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, we'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye, guys. God bless.